Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Education. I'm Dr. John Kopko, Superintendent of the East Brunswick Public Schools, and your host for the program. Today I'm in the studio here at Channel 8 with 3 students from the public schools here in East Brunswick, and I'd like to welcome you all. You're going to tell us a little bit about your experiences going through the system. First of all, Kathy Andreyev, who is a 7th grader at Hammersholt Middle School, Ajay Mantha, a 9th grader at Churchill Junior High School, and Michelle Newman, who is a senior at East Brunswick High School. Kathy, I'd like to begin with you. When did you start to go to school here in East Brunswick?
On December 19th, 1994, and that was in the middle of 5th grade.
Well, you know it right to the date, huh?
Yep.
That's terrific. And what elementary school did you attend, and what did you like about that school?
I attended Frost School, and I liked the people and teachers because they were all helpful to me.
And now you're at Hammersholt.
Yeah.
Any difficulties at Hammersholt adjusting?
I thought I'd have difficulties, but once I got there, I was all right.
And now that you're in 7th grade, what are some of your favorite classes, and why do you like them?
I like math and ILA because the teachers are nice, and I have friends in those classes, and I like art exploration and gym because we do a lot of fun things there.
Well, we just happen to have a tape of your mathematics class and also your integrated language arts class, and we're going to take a look at that right now.
All right, 4x plus star plus 1 equals 2x plus 5. Okay. You add a star or a white piece onto each side, and then you take these 4 off because they all equal 0, and then you take these 2 off, and then you add another star or a white pawn to each side, and you take these 2 off, and then these 2 off because they all equal 0. And then you take 1 away from the 5, which makes it a 4, and then x equals 4.
Any questions? Good.
Thank you for doing that.
Okay, what's the next step?
Take away 2 from that side and make that a 6.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 off this side. When I take 2 off this side, this was an 8, it becomes a 6. Well, that helped me out a little bit. Now what? Getting closer. Yeah?
You could add 3 blues to each side.
Add 3 blues to each side. Now what?
Take away the pairs of the blue and the white pawn.
Okay, over here I have, when I put these 2 together, it's 0. These 2 together, it's 0. Now I can replace this finger. And when I put these 2 together, I get 0. So what am I left with? Ricky?
6 blues.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues, or 6 X's, or 6. So what does one of the blues have to be? Kathy? 1. 1 blue has to stand for 1. Okay, now what problem is she going to write?
2 X's.
No, start this side.
It doesn't matter.
Star plus 3x equals 5 plus 2x plus star.
That's the problem.
Say that again.
I got all of that. You do star plus 3x.
And then how about plus 5?
And then once
No, equals
Oh,
5.
equals 5. And why don't we also put like one of those 0 things
Plus 2x.
Yeah. And also add
Now what you should do, that's your equations. Ricky, just double.
All right, Kathy, why don't you share yours and just give us your support for your argument, okay?
My argument, should I give the argument too?
Yes, support, give your argument and then support it.
My argument was that I think we should have a woman president, and the first reason to support it is we need new ideas from a woman's point of view. Women aren't as violent as men, and we've never had a woman president before.
Good, okay. We're gonna move on now to Andy Rooney and see how he supported letter writing in the story that you read last night, okay? So that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're gonna start with the argument and then support it, okay? So you wanna flip over to your other sheet of paper, if you would. So you want to come up with 2 or 3 good arguments and then the support from the writing that Andy Rooney gave you last night, okay? From reading that. So swing around. Share your information. Okay, what did you get?
Did you write all that down?
Yes. Okay, letters allow you to take yourself allow you to take yourself and thought seriously. Letters are honest, that's the argument, and the support is that they reveal the character of a person.
Good. Okay, if you don't have that, you want to put that down. Now, Andy Rooney gave another example of honesty in letters, and we found out about a famous person. Do you remember who that famous person is, Linda?
Abraham Lincoln.
Good. Abraham Lincoln. Excellent. Okay, so letters are honest. They reveal the character of a person. And Kathy, would you put down Abe Lincoln underneath that? Good. Thank you. What did Abe Lincoln do that was so revealing in that letter that they found that he had written?
Kathy, one last question. How do you feel about going to Churchill Junior High School next year?
I'm a little scared, but once I get there, I think I'm going to like it as much as I like Hammersfield now.
I'm sure you're going to do very well.
Thank you.
Now we're going to turn to Ajay. Ajay, who is attending Churchill Junior High School right now. Let's start with your elementary school. Where did you go to elementary school, and what did you like best about it?
Well, I went to Chittick, and I liked the homey and caring attitude that the teachers had, and the whole atmosphere, the elementary school atmosphere, where it was very nice.
And now Churchill, did you have any trouble adjusting to Churchill last year when you started as an 8th grader?
Well, at first it was the academic courses were a little more challenging, and there was also the social change that had to be done. But on the whole, it wasn't a very difficult transition.
And you're involved in some extracurricular activities as well. Could you tell us a little about those?
Yeah, I do Model Congress, Science Club, Academic Club, Yearbook, and intramural volleyball. So. And
we are fortunate enough to have a tape of a couple of your classes, some of your favorites. Could you tell us what they are and what you like about them?
Yeah, I like science and history the best because you get to reason and use your investigative abilities in those classes.
We're going to take a look at those tapes now of your history and science class.
So why don't we start with number 1, okay? You're going to read to me the cause relationship, and you're going to try and draw a conclusion and give me the effect based on that cause. Everybody want to try that one out? Ajay, you want to take that?
The cause is, after long hours on the job, working-class city residents wanted to have fun. And the effect was new sports developed and other sports gained popularity, like basketball and baseball. And professional sports also started to take hold.
Okay. All right. What do you mean trying to take hold? Well, expand on that a little bit more.
Like before this, then sports weren't that popular, and people thought they were bad. And now that there's more free time, the sports are more people start playing the sports, like kids, and now there's professional baseball coming about.
Okay. What about the public opinion? What do you think about the public opinion
of these sports?
Of the sports, yeah.
Well, they thought it was good because it relieves their stress and pressure of their work, which was. And their working conditions weren't that good, so they needed something to.
What about uniting? Did it do anything to unite the people?
Well, in certain respects, I mean, immigrants were allowed to play baseball, but whereas like blacks weren't. So then they had to form their own league. So it did both. It both united them, and it also showed the divisions in society at that time.
Okay. It also did what to these barriers that were set between the people?
Like helped to knock them down. Like
Help them. Go
they
ahead.
weren't concentrating on prejudice so much. They were like more.
Good. What could you have in common?
Like if you were good at a certain sport or you like to go to a certain like.
What about baseball in particular? You could do what?
You'd be on the same team.
You could be on the same team, or you could
like root for a player.
Yeah, we could put down our barriers, and we could all root for the same team. Good. Let's go to the next one, number 2. I'd like to take number 2.
Interface? Is the interface all dark?
It depends. It's just a regular cell, so it depends on what phase or what part of the phase you're getting. What part is left? 314. You have 314. Your prophase looks like my interface. Weird. Third one. Oh, not that one. This one, that one.
Are any of the interface?
I don't know. In this, like, I guess it's because the photo possibly. It's like all dark. So I guess maybe you're right.
What'd you find? Anything good?
Yeah, well, it's a little different, but yeah. Some good.
Should be very similar. That's exactly what the onion root tip drawings are like. That's what you should be seeing.
We're looking at onion root tip cells under the microscope to look for phases of mitosis or cell division, and we can see them on the slide from the microscope, and we have to draw them. That's about it. We're learning about cell division, so it's good to see how it looks. You can see it.
Okay, Ajay, next year you'll be headed for the high school. Do you know what courses you're going to take there?
Yeah, I'm going to take World History and Cultures honors, Chemistry honors, Calculus, AP, English honors, and French 4, and I think that's about it.
It's a pretty impressive list.
Yeah,
Pretty impressive list. A lot of hard work ahead of you there. I'm sure you'll do very, very well. Do you have any advice to give 8th graders who will be coming to Churchill next year for the first time?
Yeah, to take advantage of all the programs and classes and extracurricular activities that are available to you. There's a lot available as long as you take advantage of them, and that's what I'd recommend them to do.
Okay, now we're going to speak with Michelle, senior at East Brunswick High School. Michelle, where did you go to elementary school and what did you like about it?
Well, I actually had a similar experience as Kathy. I attended Frost School as well, and I moved here at the beginning of 2nd grade from New York. So again, I feel what I liked the most was the acceptance of the faculty and students when I came. You know, the academics were much more challenging. I mean, even though it was elementary school, it was much more challenging than what I had experienced in New York. So I feel that it was this acceptance by the faculty and students that that I liked a lot. I mean, currently I still have friends that I've been friends with throughout the years who I met in Frost. So I really like that.
I know you're also involved in a whole array of extracurricular activities. Could you tell us what they are?
Well, I'm currently the Student Council President. I serve as chairperson on the Senior Class Council, and National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, the Prejudice Reduction Committee. I'm the student liaison to the East Brunswick Education Foundation. This past fall season, I was the bear, the school mascot, which I enjoyed a lot. I played on the varsity tennis team for the past 4 years, as well as the varsity volleyball team for the past 4 years. So I try to keep myself busy.
Really don't have too much spare time.
No, not really.
What about your classes this year? What are your favorites?
To be honest, I enjoy all of my classes: calculus, European history, English, art history, humanities, of course out to lunch, definitely a perk, and also IPL 2, which we won the state competition. It's a Constitution class. We won the state competition a couple of months ago, and in about 2 weeks we'll be going to Washington to represent the state of New Jersey, so hopefully we'll do successfully.
Well, we want to wish you and that entire team good luck in Washington, D.C.
Thank you very much.
And sure we'll be very proud of you as well.
Thank you.
We do have tapes of your IPL class and your English class, and also a portion of a student council meeting that you conducted, so we're going to take a look at those right now.
Okay, great.
In the Williams of the United States, the defendant was heavily fined and sentenced to 15 years of hard labor for falsifying a document. The court stated that today, the 8th Amendment prohibits punishments which involve the wanton infliction of pain.
Yeah, go ahead. He was also looking down.
Yeah, I memorized.
But he had good enunciation.
Good enunciation, good control, but you want to do it, like I said, your notes are here, and you want to look at the judges and sweep the panel of judges, talk to them, and every so often you're looking down just sort of as a reinforcement as opposed to a crutch. And this looking down business is a distraction. And they will have been through several other states and will be going on to other states. It gets down to everybody starts saying the same thing. They need those things, those intangibles that make you different than the others.
How did they do?
How did they do? 4th place, ultimately. But in the first 2 days, they were in 1st place.
Many countries give the rights of citizenship only to people whose parents were citizens. The 14th Amendment makes anyone born in the United States a citizen. What were the reasons behind the 14th Amendment's inclusion policy? Should this provision of the 14th Amendment be changed? And can we justify a change in the Constitution on the ground that we face new economic or social realities?
In his dissenting opinion in the 1896 case of Plessy versus Ferguson, Justice John Marshall Harlan wrote, "Our Constitution is colorblind and neither knows nor tolerates classes among citizens. In respect of civil rights, all citizens are equal before the law." Justice Harlan derived his argument from protections established in the 14th Amendment. Ratified in 1868, this amendment was inclusively designed to provide the definition of citizenship for all, including the then newly emancipated African Americans. Considered the cornerstone of the Civil Rights Amendments, the 14th Amendment declares all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside.
Although slavery had been legally abolished, blacks residing in both northern and southern territories remained under the persecution of restrictive state mandates. One African-American man from Baltimore stated, "We reside amongst you, surrounded by the freest people and most republican institutions in the world, but we enjoy none of the immunities of freedom. Though we are not slaves, we are not free."
What, Calvin, tell me. Was it easy to listen to what they had to say?
It was very easy to listen to.
It was
very easy to listen to.
easy to listen. Very confident.
Yeah, it was, I thought it was...
No problem. You got the gist of what they were saying?
Yeah.
Could there have been anything better? In terms of just the cosmetic or mechanical?
Well, I thought that they didn't just have the information, but it was easy to follow along with, and you got, what they were saying, the response was really easy to understand.
Ransom, was it easy to process the information they were delivering?
I liked it. So I liked it. It was pretty good. I think they could have had a little bit more eye contact, but then again, that's not.
Well,
they didn't memorize it. Yes.
They didn't memorize it, and considering the mechanics of the room.
Yeah, you also think the fact that they don't have judges to stare, so they didn't really know where to look at.
Where to look, yeah.
Yeah, they got a camera.
Something, all right? You see that? But I'm of course aware that the next day the Pilgrims buried something in a muddy hole. Why does he call it something? Why does he say they buried Kurtz in a muddy hole?
Because he thinks that Kurtz is still alive. His presence is everywhere. It's just that what Kurtz was living in was thrown in that hole.
Good. You've redeemed yourself for that bad imitation there. That was very good. All right. What Kurtz is not contained in a mortal coil like Hamlet says. The spirit of Kurtz is everywhere. At the end, right? You know, if you make a movie this, he's with the intended. What were his last words? And he hears, the horror, the horror. Kurtz is still alive. That is why I have remained loyal to Kurtz to the last. And even beyond, when a long time after I heard once more, not his own voice, but the echo of his magnificent eloquence thrown to me from a soul as translucently pure as a cliff of crystal. All right? Let's talk about that again. All right, go back. There's a lot of abstraction going on in there. But again, it's Marlowe trying to make sense with language about what's happened to this person. Now, what are some of the things that he says about Kurtz abstractly? Maybe you don't understand what they mean yet, but we want to get into the abstraction of it. Why does he say he was loyal to Kurtz all this time? Kurtz is a terrible, terrible, evil person. I think we decided. What is it about Kurtz, though, that Marlowe admires, yeah?
He's remarkable not in his evil actions that he performs, but that he actually does it. That where he says he has something to say, and the part where Marlowe would step back, Kurtz would do it, and that's how he's remarkable. Is he's like a man of action.
Okay, right. Again, the Raskolnikov, the super genius. Right. What else? Scott?
Says he has summed up, he had judged. He's just so amazed that this man, right before he dies, cast judgment upon himself. So he's just amazed at that.
And which most.
Okay, I want to open the meeting by talking about what we discussed at the last meeting. Not many of us were here, only a few were here. We got this letter from the New Jersey Principals and Supervisor Associations regarding, it's called Curbing Hunger Incorporated. And what they wanted to do was have the school collect cans for the homeless and who can't afford the food. And what we discussed, we wanted to have a more creative way of collecting cans as opposed to just putting a box in every homeroom and telling the students that if they want to bring in non-perishable goods, to just place it in the box. So I'm going to read the letter, and then Ryan will report what we discussed, some of the ideas we discussed. Dear Principal, last June, more than 400 public schools in our state participated in a food drive known as Curbing Hunger. As a result of working through schools and the generosity of our children, more than 328,000 pounds of food was collected.
We could have a bulletin board. On our bulletin board, we could have each of the different clubs in the school, since we're the umbrella organization, and we can have it a competition between the clubs and the members. And we can have bar graphs, and each like or whatever, update them and say which club is in the lead. The National Honor Society is bringing the most cans or whatever, or it's Senior Class Council, or it's Interact Club or something like that. And I think that could at least get the kids that are not involved. They're not going to want to bring cans anyway, but at least the kids that are involved in clubs, their advisors and everyone will be pushing them to bring in cans, and I think that'd be the best way to do it.
What we didn't want to do was make it the more cans you bring in whatever class wins gets money, because that's then the whole purpose is defeated, and the purpose is to bring in as many cans just so that you can make money. We wanted it to be more of, we want to bring in cans because we want to help the needing. Do you guys have any other ideas?
Ms. Shelf, with all your experiences in our schools, do you have any advice that you might want to provide for students who will be going to the high school over the next several years?
Well, my biggest piece of advice would be to really take advantage of what the high school has to offer. Use all its resources to your benefit. I mean, there's so much that it offers regarding activities. You could choose anything from the dance club to the French club to anything, natural helpers, everything is available to you. So really take advantage of that. Regarding classes, it gets very difficult at the high school level. So I really advise students to keep up with their work, keep on task with that. But along with that, I also recommend students to take as many honors and AP courses as possible once you're up here, because you'll benefit from that in the long run. So ultimately, you don't want to come to the end of your high school career and look back and have any regrets and say, I should have joined that club, or I should have taken that class, or I could have done better in that class. You really want to feel proud of what you've accomplished. So really just take advantage of everything and work really hard. That's really it.
You're going to be entering a whole new phase of your life.
Yeah.
What do you intend to do after graduation?
Well, I'm attending NYU, New York University, in the fall, where I plan to study media and journalism or film and television, something in that category.
Well, all three of you will be attending new schools next year, and I'd like to wish you the very, very best of luck. I'd also like to thank you for being here with us today and sharing some of your experiences, not only with me, but with the entire audience here in East Brunswick. We really do appreciate that. And to our audience, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and we hope you'll be back with us again next month, when our show will focus on the Community Service Initiative, which was started at the high school just this past year.